Welcome to the Kuno podcast today. This is going to be a really, really good one. We've got Aziza Alaoui with us, and she is a mindset and transformational coach. Welcome to the podcast, Aziza. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for having me with you, Mary.
I am so excited for this interview. There's so much I want to ask. We were talking before we started the interview about success and definitions of success and how we kind of perceive the world. Where would you like to start with this topic? Because there's so much.
I know. Because I'm working with successful entrepreneurs, and sometimes people feel they are successful because they've been taught a certain way, and they learned that success sometimes it's about money, being wealthy and having so much and having this great huge business that they're thriving with and all that. But the thing is, once they have all that, they just realize, you can realize, oh my God, so what about having time with my family? What about certain activities? What about just sit and have coffee and read my book? What about exercising more? All these areas of life that are completely left aside because we are focusing on having that success that actually it was a lie. We've been lied to. And I was there, I've been there. And that's how I changed the course of my life, and I transitioned to what I'm doing now, because I realized that success is not about what you are having. It's about who you are. It's about being actually the person you are born to be, and having that fulfillment and that lasting happiness.
I watched a Netflix documentary a few weeks ago, and there was a chef on it, and he was saying, I was aiming for so many stars. And when I got these stars, I was so disappointed because I just didn't know where to go next. And I didn't feel like what I was expecting actually happened. And I think that happens with so much of what we do in our lives. We think if we make that next promotion, if we make that next bit of money, and then you get there and you're like, well, nothing's changed. I thought there was meant to be something happen.
Yeah, that's interesting. You brought up this because I just did a video lately on my Facebook group about goals and habits, and I talked about it also because people have goals, and this chef had a goal of having those stars. And what happens most of the time is once you achieve that goal, you just feel, oh my God, so what's next? As he said, it's because you let go of the real thing. So when you attach really your focus and your really brain and your mind to just achieving that goal, you forget about the process, you forget about the journey, you forget about all this. So what is most important is the journey, is how you get to that goal. So success is the same thing. When we aim for certain success, like a businessman or a woman would work hard, would do everything to get that business in the top, and then they realize, yes, I am wealthy, I'm having money, but what's next? It's because they didn't enjoy the journey, and it's because they didn't attach that success to their purpose in life. It didn't have the real meaning that is important for them. It has the meaning that they've been taught. It has the meaning of what society gave it. So you have to know exactly what is your true success. You need to define it before you can feel fulfilled and happy. And exactly, to define your success, you have to connect to your inner self and dig deep into your real you to know, what is it that I want to do? Why would I do it? The why. And that's why we say the why is very important in your life.
There's two things in there that I was thinking about when you said, and one of them was about enjoying the process, and the other one was about the success. And I was thinking, well, how are we? I think we all feel like maybe we're enjoying the journey, but actually, when you get to the goal, you can't actually remember the journey. And then when you get the success and you get there, and it feels a bit hollow, is that because it's not aligned with your own values? And if it's not, how do you figure out where you want to be? Because I think none of us want to admit that, you know, if we wanted success to look like being sat by a fireside with a hot chocolate and, you know, not having a crazy entrepreneur job or something like that. So how can we kind of engage with the journey and get to a point of success that aligns with ourselves?
Well, it's about who you are. When you say sit by the fireplace and have that chocolate, it's hot chocolate. It's very important because I've been there. I had a very successful business. I had a pharmacy business that I really wanted for years and years. And when I did, I felt, oh my God, this is it. I'm thrilled. Oh wow, jackpot, I got it. And then suddenly pain started. I started feeling overwhelmed. Too many things. What if the pharmacist doesn't come? I'll have to go and replace him. What if the cashier doesn't show up? What's going to happen? What if the delivery doesn't go to the right place? Oh my God, make sure not to make mistakes with the medicines. All these things were my daily overwhelm. I was stressed out. I couldn't enjoy even, being in my business. And then that's the moment where you realize, is this the success I'm looking for? So, how to connect to the true success that you really want? It's by stopping, taking the time to understand what's important for you. Ask the questions. Why would I have this accomplishment? What is it for? What would it bring me? Am I feeling fulfilled? Is this happiness for me? Just ask who you are and why you're doing what you're doing. What is it bringing you? Deep inside. Forget everything that's physical or material. Connect to your own soul and ask yourself, wow, how do I feel now? Am I in peace with myself? Or am I still anxious and struggling? You know what I tell my clients? Before they do something, before they engage into something, and that's how you start. You have a big, huge, and ultimate goal, and you can, just divide it into small goals, and then you go on one at a time. So I tell them, before you start any small goal, just sit and connect to yourself and tell yourself, how do I feel? Emotions tell you, feelings tell you. And for me, it's here. If I feel this, you know, anxiety, this really something heavy, that means I'm not taking the right choice. It's not the right decision for me. But when I breathe, oof, and everything is flowing, and I feel so peaceful, I know I am doing the right thing. So it's really matter of being present, being in the present moment, leaving the past behind. And I remember, I'll tell you this, I remember my father, he used to tell me all the time when I was younger, Aziza, mind this, leave the past behind. It's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. And don't look at the future. It's unpredictable. The only thing you can control is now, is your present moment. Stick to it. Make most out of it. So when you keep really connected to the present moment, you are into your soul. You are connected to your inner self. And there your intuition starts, your creativity start really unlocking, and you get what you want. What is it I have to do to have true success? You just know it. And that's how it should be done.
How can we work between our emotions and our brain? Because our brain's saying, right, I've got to take this course, and this course gets me promoted, and that's what I need to do. And you're saying, well, actually, I don't really want to spend the time to do that because that's really boring course. um, is it kind of, is it piece by piece, like you look at different things and you say, well, how do I feel about this? Because the head always gets in the way of different things, and you can overthink things. Or is it a strategy for a lifelong kind of success that you're looking at? How does this work?
Well, absolutely. It's the mind is there to tell you what to do by whispering behind. It's that voice that's always there, and you think it's you, but it's not you. You are not your brain. You are not your mind. Okay? You are beyond that. So that mind tells you things, and it creates ideas and thoughts. So when you are thinking, okay, you are creating an emotion in your body, and that brings up a feeling, and the feeling could be positive, like happiness, like gratitude, or a really bad feeling like anxiety or fear. So what is making you feel like that? It's the thought you are having. And most of the time people think, because the gap between the thought and the emotion is so small, that people think the emotion is the first thing that starts before they can act. So when you act and you get results, you can't link that to your emotions. You have to link it to your thought. What did I think to get this result? So to change your results, to change your actions, and to change your emotion, you have to change the way you are thinking. And thoughts, we have like thousands of them, 80,000 of them a day, but you have some more important thoughts that become beliefs. And when they become a belief, then you will just build your life using those beliefs. And they're not true because you think they are true, but they're not. So your mind is thinking, but you have the power to change that thinking. You have the power to check on your thoughts on a daily basis. And I teach that to my clients. It's very important. I do a model mindset, or like, they download their thoughts doing this. What they do is they start by how am I feeling? What is my feeling? Oh my God, I feel anxious. Why am I feeling anxious? What am I thinking? And then right away, oh, I'm thinking about yesterday and what happened at work, that fight I had with my boss. So they bring in up the past to the present moment, and it makes them overwhelmed and anxious. And of course, the action that we follow wouldn't be aligned with what they want. It would be aligned with the way they're thinking. And the result, of course, is not going to be the result they are aiming to have. So it's very important to check on your thoughts every day and to know your emotions and how you're feeling. And that, if you do it on a regular basis, you create habits. And those habits, they become your behavior and your personality to achieve your dreams and whatever you want in life. It's very important.
So how can we, if we've got beliefs in the equation as well, and we've got beliefs that we've picked up from different places, and we've got beliefs that we've made ourselves, how can we actually try to get to a point where the beliefs are beliefs that we actually want to have, and that are going to propel us towards our success that's aligned with us? How do we do that?
Well, we create a belief system. We plan it in advance. So let's see somebody wants, you want to write a book. Okay, you want to write a book, and you have an idea what kind of book you want to write. Now you don't know if you're going to be able to do it, because you have certain beliefs back in that lower brain, that reptilian brain, that's subconscious, that's telling you, oh my God, you're not good. You don't know how to write. You've never been good at school with literature and writing and essays and stuff. You will never do that. You believe that you can't. So when you can't, you won't, for sure, because can't means won't. So what happens if you want to change that belief? First of all, you have to know you have that belief. And to know you have that belief, you have to sit and write it down and ask yourself, why am I not writing that book? Why is it taking forever? And write down what kind of obstacles I have. You write them down. So why do I have this obstacle? Why is this happening? Where is it coming from? Oh my God, I remember when I was at school and I was younger, I wrote that essay and my teacher told me, this is so bad. You don't know how to write. You will never learn how to write and you will never be a writer. Then you know where it came from. Slowly, you have to come up with a belief that is aligned with you as a writer. How would you feel when you write your book? I would feel happy. I'll be enthusiastic. I'll be in the moon. I would feel gratitude. You decide how you will be feeling. And then you write down your belief and you go, I believe I will write my book. Why? Because I know how to write, because I am motivated, because my story is great and people want to hear it. I can inspire so many people writing my book. So now you have your beliefs and why, your belief and why you will achieve it. So what you need to do is become that person. Every day when you wake up, you have to become that person. How? By feeling those feelings as you are the writer today. So what you have to do is use what's there in the quantum space for you and bring it to the present moment. Feel that enthusiasm, feel that gratitude. Wow, feel that pride. I wrote my book. I am a writer. You feel it, and the more you feel it, the more you bring it closer to you. That goal is coming closer to you. It's all about feelings. As you know, the secret is in the feelings. So this is what it means. It's not about repeating affirmations. Oh, I wake up in the morning, I am good, I am grateful, I am this. No, that's in the conscious. That doesn't hit your subconscious. It's just conscious. You have to feel it to be able to connect to your subconscious and change the way you think. Because your subconscious at a certain time will be just fed up. Oh my God, oof, let her be, let her do it. And that is how it works. There is no other way but feeling what you want to be, being that person now, being the equivalent of that person you want to be in the future now, in the present moment.
When you talk about the reptilian brain and the conscious brain,
Yes.
how does all that work together? Because if you're saying that affirmations are in the conscious, but you have to work with feelings to hit the subconscious, how does all that
Yes.
fit together?
Well, you see, your reptilian brain is what we call it's there for survival. Okay, it's on autopilot, it's automatic. Okay, so if I use the hand model from Siegel, I will show you the 3 parts, the most important regions in the brain. So I go with my hand flat, I fold my thumb, okay, and fold my fingers, and this is like, it looks like the brain. So if I go back, here is the reptilian brain. This is the oldest brain, you know, we call it reptilian, and it has like, I think 300 million years. Now if I open, this is the deeper and the most important part of the brain, which is the emotional brain. Okay, all your emotions are there, and your short-term memory is there. Okay, now up there is the neocortex, the conscious brain, which is still in development, still developing, and that's what we use to be rational, to solve problems, to do all these kind of things. Like, now you're listening to me, you are using your neocortex because you're trying to memorize and to understand what I'm doing. What I want to explain is that the emotional brain or region is very important, because that's short memory. That's what you use to understand what's happening to you in the moment. But when you are conscious, when you connect, because you asked me the questions about reptilian and conscious, when you are conscious, okay, you know that you use this part of your brain only 5% of the time, while this one is used 95% or more of the time. So what we're trying to do is bring in what is really stored here in our subconscious to the conscious mind, so we can think more than 5% of the time with our conscious mind, be conscious about what's happening there. And most of the time, people try to forget, try to deny what's happening there, because it's connected to their emotions, and sometimes it brings up emotions they just don't want to deal with it, like people who had a trauma or something like that. So this is very important, that you connect both by really bringing what's happening here in your mind to your conscious, and leaving the emotions behind. So sometimes my clients would tell me, I remember this experience. It was so painful. Oh my God. And they start really feeling that pain. It's very, the suffering is huge. So what they do, and what I tell them to do, is to start separating the emotion from the memory. Because as you know, Mary, we can't forget. We don't forget what happened in our life. People tell you, oh my God, you have to learn and forget about. No, we don't forget. But what we can do, what we have power over, is our emotions. We can decide that we're not going to connect that emotion that made us suffer to that memory anymore. So you could remember what happened without being emotionally involved in that memory. And I did that, and I can talk to you about it, when I lost a lot of money. It was difficult, it was hard. And I was really going through that emotion every day, like, for months. How come I did that to myself? And it was very painful. But then when I started working on my self-growth, actually transitioning to what I'm doing now, I learned that, oh my God, I have the power to change this. I can really remember this painful moment, but without emotion. I can be able to talk about it without bringing up the emotion. And maybe you can feel it now, Mary, that I'm talking about it, but I'm not emotional about it. It's something that happened. It's a fact. It's circumstance. It's something that happened in my life that made me suffer then. But why am I going to keep it really appearing each time I think about it? So I let go of the emotion and the memory. I can just talk about that incident, about that situation, without being emotionally involved. So that's what we have to learn to do with our past traumas, and everything that happened to us that made us really suffer, our sufferings.
This is such powerful stuff, and I imagine it takes a really long time to kind of understand yourself to an extent where you can go through this journey. What would your top tips be for people that are just starting on this journey or want to get onto this journey?
To be patient, and just to love the journey. Because, to find your purpose, it takes time, and it's not easy. I started actually, I was over 40. And even when I started, I wasn't really quite into it. It came up slowly. It You have to understand that when you are in search of that purpose and for your true success, you need to be present. You need to enjoy it because you are learning about yourself, your real you. You are knowing who you are and what you can do. You are discovering yourself. You are discovering your strengths, your weaknesses. And that takes time. So just be patient and do it one step at a time. Set goals, small goals, and go slowly. Make them habits. And each time, you know, you go, okay, I formed that habit. Now let's start the other one. Let's focus on another thing while you're still doing and you're still going on with that first habit. So slowly but surely you will get there. True success belongs to you. It's your really birthright. And defining your purpose will get you aligned with your purpose, with your success, and bring you fulfillment and lasting happiness, which all of us are looking for.
I could really talk about this all day, but I suppose we are coming up to the end of the interview. So, would you like to give people an indication of where they can locate you on the internet?
Well, I'm on Facebook. They can go. I think there is a link down there. It's my Facebook group. They can connect to me through that link and enjoy all the value I really share with everybody there. And also, I put my link for Calendly if they want to learn more and have more details about how to define their purpose and overcome all the challenges and the mindset blocks. You can really schedule a discovery call with me through Calendly, and we talk about how we can manage to work together and help you achieve your true success.
And all the links will be posted down below, so you can just go and click on that and go straight through to start your journey. Thank you so much, Aziza, for being on the podcast today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
You're welcome, Mary, and it was my pleasure too.